As an umpire in the last presidential election in Nigeria, you would have watched what happened in America. Yes, Nigeria is a country with Nigeria is a country with its diversities. We have Muslims, we have Christians, we have Southerners, we have Northerners, we have Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, and 375 other ethnic nationalities. We had different beliefs, lies, and truths. But so it was also present in America. There are people who wanted the LGBT community, the Americans, the Indians, the Russians, the Native American immigrants, and everybody. So many interests. Perhaps this is by far the most heated election in America. But you know what? Guess what? No place was burnt. Nobody was unalived. No ballots were snatched. People didn't go through unnecessary injuries. And nobody complained. Why? Because in spite of all the diversities, in spite of all the conflicting interests, in spite of all the debates, there stood out one thing, one pivotal department, and that is the electoral body, which stood to be unbiased, which was indeed independent, and was neutral. Imagine if it was Nigeria. You know, one thing that fascinates me most about the American election is the in-mails. That is, you can actually sit in the comfort of your home without going to the polling unit and mail your votes. Imagine that happens in Nigeria. There's a particular video I watched where somebody just wrote his vote, put it in an envelope, goes out to his mailbox and put it there and goes to sleep. And then the mailman comes, picks the mail and takes it to whatever collation center they have. Imagine if we have that in Nigeria. It won't work. And that is because Nigerians are a people, we have no dignity, we have no conscience, we have no willpower to do what is right. We are not connected to achieving what is right. Having a good name does not amount to wealth in our mind. Do you know what it means when people bestowed their trust in you? I will give you an incident, and this happened in my school way back in 1991 when I was in University of Maiduguri. I was made the electoral chairman, and we were going to elect the what is it? It's not president. That's the accounting. Who is going to be in charge of the whole accounting department? Was it called president? It's not chairman. President of the accounting student association. So we're going to elect him. And back in school, I had issues. I had issues in school. I had serious issues ranging from riots and Luther Continue and Victoria, etc. All those things. I had them. So I remember one particular guy. He's from the north. And he came. He was like, I was contesting with one other guy that Magnus cannot be the presidential election. He had been involved in this, involved in that. And he was trying to smear my name as somebody who could not be trusted because I have been involved in some shady things back in school. Well, eventually I won the election and I became the electoral committee chairman. And because that man that young man pointed at my integrity as a smear, as a tactics of smear campaign. I decided in me that I was going to be unbiased, I was going to be true, I was going to be fair. And something happened. The two candidates who came, sorry, I'm going to mention tribe and religion, but that's not my intention. I'm just trying to point out something that relates to our election in Nigeria. The two guys that came out of that eventually came out to contest for the election were two Yorubas, two Yoruba candidates. And something spectacular, something uniquely different was characterized these two candidates. One was tall, black. I think he was in the Air Force. He was a student and at the same time was an Air Force officer. The other one was from Kwara State. The tall one in Air Force was a Christian. The other short one, yellow, short one, not too flamboyant, was a Muslim. And the election started. To me, as the electoral committee chairman, they were campaigning, they were doing that. I didn't think the issue of religion was going to come in. I didn't think the issue of tribalism was going to come in. Well, after all, they were both Yorubas. So all these things didn't bother me. I didn't even think religion was going to play a factor because first and foremost, we are all educated. It's a departmental election and the best should win. So that was how I was going about it. And the election was simple. We had the names of the two candidates printed. All you needed to do was just come, take a biro, and then just click the one that you are voting for. Just take a biro and tick who you are voting for. It wasn't a big deal. So there were two baskets in front of me. I was sitting behind, and the guy who campaigned and said that I was having questionable character was among the was one of the, how do you call it, representative of the guy from Ilorin. Then there was another lady who was a representative of the guy, the other guy from the Air Force. So when the ballot comes to me, if it's genuine, I will pass it to them. I will give it to the one representing the Yoruba guy. I will pass it to him, to her. You put it in a basket. If it's for the Ilorin guy, I'll pass it to the guy. He'll put it in his own basket. And so that was how it was going on. But whenever I see there is maybe multiple votes, I will keep those ballots to myself. I will keep those ballots to myself. So that means those ballots are void. So what happened was that when they vote for the Yoruba guy, the other guy who was for the guy in Ilorin will take the other guy and then pass it up to me. When it comes to me, I will see that the votes have been void, so I will keep them. Unfortunately for the guy, the lady was smart enough and caught him and said, "You just tampered with this vote now." And he said, "No, nothing, no." And I said, "Okay, bring it." I noticed there were two colors, one red, one blue. So I said, there is no way somebody will come and vote with red biro and blue biro. So I said, search him. They searched him and discovered that he had a red biro on him. I said, most of these ballots are blue, blue, blue. How come most of the void ones are always blue and red, blue and red, blue and red, blue and red? So it was a strong case. So I told them to close the door. Let us settle this among us. Before I knew it, the head of department was involved. These people were involved. VC was involved. Even the emir too was involved. I was like, this small departmental election, waiting. Before I knew it, and this thing really happened. This thing really happened. That the HOD was telling me. The HOD was telling me that you know that you have some problem with certain courses and you have had some carryovers, and you should know that you have spent an extra year. It is not good for you to stay again. So this is a man who want to win. That's the guy from Ilorin to win. Because one, maybe, I don't know for any reason, but I will assume because he's a Muslim, allegedly. So that so I was being blackmailed, and there was 30,000 naira. Trust me, 30,000 naira was big money then, very, very big money. So I was confused because I didn't think the election was going to be a big deal to the extent that these classes of people would be involved. HOD, vice principal, some top men, even people from the Emir's palace were involved. I'm like, what is this? And before you knew it, tension was already rising. From a small departmental election, it became an election between Christianity and Islam in University of Maiduguri. And the teachers, the Christian teachers were like, "Obo, don't, your parents sent you to come and study. Just nobody, this what we classify today as no carry people matter, but just do anything they want to make you do." So I told them that, well, in the first place, keep this 30,000 naira aside. It's not the issue. But I told them, I said, look at this thing. It's pretty obvious. Even the guy has confessed that, yes, he tampered with the ballot. He tampered. And guess what? The other guy was already winning. Even if they add this void ballot to the Christian guy own, he will still lose. The other guy is still winning. But they still wanted to. So I told them, I said, look, for me, the real thing they should do is to cancel the whole election. That's okay. We should count the election. They vote already. They count. I just told them that, look, the only way this thing can be done right is we should assume that all these void ballots should go to the Christian guy. So they added it and counted it. It still shows that the Muslim guy is leading. So you get me? So they said, okay, we should go back. So we went back, and the guy representing what are the corpus where is it official? What do they call these people where if you the election, and then go stay for polling units, see say they no cheat. Obaro. I don't know. Now wow. Oh, my head if he hot. All the way they wear tag now, they will go polling unit. They wear tag, made they no cheat. Okay, when I'm collation officer. So that was how they all agreed. They all agreed. So we went back and continued the election. Well, eventually the Muslim guy won. You get me? And the other guy was very angry. But either way, I told them this is exactly what transpired. The other lady was there and saw that I did my best that things go well. So I know that is the same thing that is happening in Nigeria. People, party agent. Oh, the agents, ordinary agent, agents. The other agent, yeah, agent. So I know that Nigerians, the nature of Africans, those who enter into a competition, don't go into a competition with a mindset of accepting outcomes. Most Africans don't go into an electoral competition by following the rules. Now, when you have an electoral system where one of the participants says the only way to win an election is to grab, snatch, and run away with it, and that person eventually emerges as the president.
And yet, the court invited you to go and persecute the electoral malpractice people, corrupt people. You turn a deaf ear. This is a system that works in America. no rigging. By so doing, Igbo elected are real, where they can go and put their ballot paper and the post office deliver it. We weep for Nigeria. We weep for Nigeria. We don't know what that will stand for, both tribalism and all. Nigeria must be rebirth. Must rebirth Nigeria. The rebirth of Nigeria is sure. Take a look at the Western world, where elections are contested and granted. No buying of votes by parties. No money on ballot papers, ballot boxes. No snatching of boxes or ballot boxes. Are they not country like us? Why do you want to remain in the dark? In darkness? Only in Africa I found out that all those things happen. The whole world. Nothing like that happen. In the Western world, it is not a taboo. They seem to stand by ballot box or rather bomb ballot box. About vote buying. A taboo. So let's see how this goes. If the first time you're watching this video on my YouTube channel, subscribe to Humphrey Abraham on YouTube and follow my page on Facebook, Emoji Comedy. Again, Humphrey Abraham on YouTube. Subscribe. To get more message from this channel, press the notification button. I'll be taking you there. Be the first to receive my message on YouTube. Thank you and God bless you.